People who decide to leave Jamaica for economic migration are considered to be sellouts. And people who are in foreign countries who decide that they're going to come back to Jamaica whilst they are young are considered to be foolish, because how could they give up on foreign opportunities? At the same time, people sometimes speculate that life must be hard with them foreign, why they are coming back to Jamaica to try and make life here. And then others also speculate that they might have or must be deported while they are coming back. And on the other hand, when people decide that they're going to stay in foreign countries and work until it's time for them to retire and come back to Jamaica, they are considered to be coming back to Jamaica when they're done, because they've spent their time to build up other people's country and not their own. And they're just coming back here to wait to die. Now, this is the narrative that we hear often, but could there be another side to the story? Let's dive into it.
Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me.
Hello, Wagwan, pick up yourself, whether you're there yard or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. Now, in this episode, we're going to be looking at this intriguing story that we started in our previous video when we were looking at black tax, as it is coined. And we're going to be looking today at the other leg of it, which is to talk about Jamaica being the remittance capital of the world. And we're going to explore how it is that some of these scenarios have happened. There is no paper or headline that you will see at certain points in the year that doesn't talk about the continued Jamaican brain drain. Now, people have been migrating from Jamaica for economic migration since the 1950s, and that has not stopped through the years. There is also the feed of the coined term of referring to Jamaicans in the diaspora coming back as retirees, to emphasize the fact that they come back at the point when they are in their retirement. Equally, you hear people talking about the fact that returning residents are impacting the economics of Jamaica, and it is never in a positive way when you hear people talk about it, because they talk about the fact that because of people returning to Jamaica, the prices of things are getting higher and things are becoming less affordable for the average Jamaican. The other side of the coin that looks at the positive contribution of Jamaicans in the diaspora is very rarely spoken about. For example, the various charitable donations that Jamaicans in the diaspora make to a plethora of different charities on the island, or the constant remittance that they send year upon year that makes an impact on the Jamaican landscape. And it impacts the Jamaican landscape in the fact that it adds to the economics of the country, and it also contributes to help to build the country in terms of training skilled people through school fees that they pay, and helping to contribute to the quality of life that the family that they've left behind are able to live as a result of that remittance that they send. And because some of these things are not really highlighted in the media, the positive side of this migration, I'm going to be highlighting some of the facts here as part of our conversation about the value, the appreciation, and the worth that needs to be given to Jamaicans in the diaspora, and the way in which they impact our society that is very rarely spoken of in the way that it should be. According to a document that was created by the World Bank in 2005, Jamaica was the nation with the highest levels of remittance received per capita, to the point where they were receiving 550 USD per capita, that is per person, based on the population of the country. And to make it even more understood by people, there were 28 countries that were in the study, and the average monies received per capita for all of those countries would have come up to 128 USD per capita. That is taking into consideration the entire population of those countries. And Barbados was second on the list. And with Barbados being second on the list, Barbados only have 400 USD per capita going into their country, which gives you an indication of the amount of remittance that is sent to Jamaica per capita. And although this was from 2005, the trend have not changed significantly. And so although Jamaica is not the country that gets the most remittance per year, it's the one that is constantly at the top of getting the most remittance per capita, so based on its population and the amount of money that it gets. This bit of information has definitely given Jamaica the award for the remittance capital of the world. And just to give you a few of these statistics. So, in 2001, all the way up to 2023, Jamaica has received a total of 2,143.62 million US dollars per year in remittance. Also, during the 2021 crisis, it went to an all-time high of 3,497.1 million US dollars. And this is just in 1 year of remittance being sent. In 2023, remittance accounted for 18.9% of Jamaica's gross domestic product. Yes. And of course, in 2021, it was approximately 22%. And so this put Jamaica in the top 20 countries in the world who are heavily reliant on remittance for their countries to function and operate in the way that it functions and operates. Could you imagine 18.9% in last year, 2023, of the monies coming into Jamaica gross domestic product was remittance, and it relies heavily on these remittance for foreign exchange so that it can do the deals and the purchasing of materials and resources from overseas. And so sometimes we don't really comprehend how important and significant or people in the diaspora are to the development of the country. And so sometimes when I hear people make comments like the comments that suggest that these people shouldn't be valued and appreciated, I wonder how much of what is actually happening, current affairs and historic context, they really have when they say the things that they do. Almost every family or every household in Jamaica have at some point been impacted by remittance coming in. And at least 1 in every 3 households in Jamaica have experience of a barrel child at some point in their existence. And this is not something that is going to go away. It's going to be continuing. However, we need to get to the point of understanding, as we left off in the video on black tax and how it's impacting Jamaicans and their opportunities to come back home if that's what they decided or wanted to do. And it was, how are we going to address the crisis that is being created because of a trend that had started long ago, and people are still making that now a cultural tradition to depend solely or completely or excessively on people who are living in foreign countries because of the stereotype that they have of thinking that life is so easy there. And we need to explore that, and we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the ways in which we can curb that attitude and behavior. But before we do so, I'm going to share with you some video clips of individuals who are talking about their experience of this situation and what some of their views are with regards to this whole scenario.
We would be less fortunate. See people over here, people leave from Jamaica, come over here, they make it seem as if it's easy, but it's not easy, as I said, when you're over there. Sometimes we would have asked people like even me. I remember I asked somebody for even a phone, you know what I mean, and I tell them that I want a specific phone, because sometimes when Jamaican begging, you know, and they asking for money, they have their number, like they would say they're asking you for $200 or $300.
Right, so you don't just call and say like, hey, so what kind of phone were you asking for, if you remember?
I remember asking maybe some type of think in them time the BlackBerry was the thing, you know.
So you wanted a BlackBerry?
Yeah, a type of
what,
BlackBerry.
Did you get it?
Yeah, me get a BlackBerry, but not the one that I needed. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you know, them time there I was on that side of the fence, and I was feeling some type of way. Now that I am on the other side in America, I see things a little bit differently. You know, I got to work hard and achieve things that I want. People just rather ask you for things than work, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like some of them can create. It's kind of hard back at home, you know, but I think they can create opportunities. And as I said, it's all come back down to us as a person. Some of them rather ask you. Some of us rather ask for handout than create opportunities.
Yeah.
So growing up in Jamaica as a child, I used to call my mother and father in the US or in England for anything I want. And sometime I would get it, and sometime I wouldn't. And I used to lie, forget certain things when I want. I used to exaggerate the importance of a lot of things. I used to say, yeah, the school fee due on this date when the school fee gone long time, or the school fee pay already. So one parent used to send the school fee and me tell the other parents, say, yo, me not get no school fee. I used to do them thing there. When I ask for the money and I don't get it, me not feel resentful to them. Me just figure a way out to make money by my own. Me develop certain work ethics, me develop a certain drive by my own when me can go out there, go try and make money on my own. Now, not a lot of people have that instinct, not a lot of people have that drive. So some people just feel like they must beg every day. And me see that. And I think that is the issue why a lot of Jamaicans in America sometimes just don't pick up the phone when them see a call from Jamaica. Because them know what it is. And then remember when me explained to you, say in America you stand alone. A lot of the times the people living in America, they don't have a support system. And they don't have nobody that care about them. Or show them that them care about them. So when you call and all you ask them about is money and not, are they okay? Is everything alright? How is your health? Nobody in America asks them questions like that. So when them are under certain pressure and then them see a phone number come up with say 876, them must say, John, money this again. So
if you're watching this video and you're thinking, I can relate to so much of this because it is my experience or the experience of somebody I know and somebody I talk to, then contemplating how you get out from under it is very important. Now we need to think about how do we escape from it. Now the first way to do so is to be conscious about your needs, your demands, and your future that you want to plan out for yourself. The second thing to be conscious of is that you do have a duty in some regard to support and to help people within your family network who are in need. So therefore you need to equip them with the skills that they need to become self-reliant and self-sustainable. So therefore you need to figure out how you're going to make them self-sufficient. And in doing so, it's about equipping them with skills that they can then use, or helping them to set up businesses, and them recognizing that once you've invested in that, it is their duty and their responsibility to build it out into such a way that it can provide for their need and the needs of their children. It's also setting a limit on the level of sacrifice that you're committed to each year. And then you make sure that that's a limit that you don't breach. The other thing you need to learn how to do is how to say no. You've been cultured and conditioned into how to be a yes person and a people pleaser, and you're doing it at your own expense and your own demise. You need to learn how to just say no and help people to understand why you're saying no, which brings us to explaining the realities of life where you are to people so that they comprehend what you're going through, so that they understand that even though you are where you are at, doesn't mean that life is rosy for you. You're also going through challenges, and these are the challenges that you're experiencing, and hopefully they will become understanding. Now, as to those people who are watching, and you're one of those people who constantly call somebody who you know, whether it's a friend or a family member who is living in a foreign country, and you ask them for things, one of the things that you need to do is to become consciously aware of the sacrifice those people are making, and consider, would you make that sacrifice? Because if you wouldn't make it, then why are you demanding it from somebody else? That's just unfair. What we want to be able to do is to get to a place where the amount of time we call people is minimal. Therefore, we're not being a burden to them and putting them in unnecessary and undue stress that they don't have to be going through, and needing to go and do exceptional levels of shifts and holiday work and all of these other ways in order to garner that extra money that they're going to need to cater for their expenses and then be able to supply your needs as well. It's important that we're looking at ways in which we can better manage the monies that we have to meet the needs that we have. And this whole idea of black tax is something that we need to talk about a little bit more, especially here on the island of Jamaica. Many people in the diaspora are seeking to either return to their home country or migrate to other parts of the world where they can soak up other cultures and experiences. However, it can be a daunting task to be able to move from one place to the next, especially when it feels as though you're starting over. To support you with this, we have produced a manual, which is a workbook guide to support you in your move. And it is called Your Guide to Relocation, which means you can relocate to wherever you want, and it supports you as you are formulating your plan all the way up to your execution, as well as getting yourself settled wherever you've relocated to. We're also mindful of the number of people who are on work permits or other forms of immigration status, as well as those who are undocumented, and they're also seeking to move back to their home country. As such, we have created a manual, which is a workbook guide to support you in your plans to move back to your home country. And this book is called Your Guide to Repatriation. Both of these books can be accessed with the QR code that is provided next to them for you to be able to purchase a copy to get your plans started. And we wish you all the best in your journey to executing your relocation or your repatriation. Downtown Mandeville, and this is where you enter in. So that section is now a one-way coming down past the hospital and come down. And this is the Manchester Shopping Centre and the downtown as you enter into Mandeville. And we have the KFC, Burger King over there. And this is Caledonia Road going all the way down. And then across you have the Manchester Shopping Centre with Shoppers Fair, Price Payless, VMB, and Fantana and other stores like that. And of course you have a food court at the back, at the far corner over there. So this is what downtown looks like. I'll try and show you snippets of the town for those people who want to see what Mandeville looks like now. Got to my little chill spot, this little cozy place that I tend to hang out and take a little rest and relax. And this time, today, it's a special one because I'm here. Yes, we are out together. It's called school break. Woohoo! And so here we are, out together, chilling out in this little cozy spot. Do you like my spot?
I've seen it before.
I know you have, but do you like it?
It's okay.
It's nice and cool.
But I know a better spot.
Okay.
You want to know where?
Uh-huh.
My bed.
Oh, that's the only spot that outdo this spot for now. Okay then. But it's good to come and share my little spot with you today as we are out and about doing errands before the holiday rush begins.
Off to JPS.
Go spend more money. Oh my goodness. We were just talking about the difference. You know, Eliona was just saying to me, we're going to pay bills again. And it's such a difference because she can remember that in the UK, bills just go seamlessly. It's standing order, everything go off and you're good to go. But of course, here we come out. But that's a choice as well. We choose to come and pay it. We just come across this pop-up market. It's just opposite Wholesome Bakery. And it's what is referred to as what you'd probably call a flea market. So we've got lots of different stores set up selling a range of things in this flea market. People have their stuff out and about. There's quite a few stalls as well that we can see all over, which is quite a nice thing to have in the town. I know I spotted it last December holiday, and it seems to be back again. So it's quite a nice little event with lots of different variety of things, trying not to get people on there, but it's quite a lot of things and it's a big enough space. So off Main Street, where the open lot next to the old JPS station, and that's where you find it. So it's nice, lots of different things on offer. Hello, how are you? So it's looking rather lovely. Little stop to see different variety of things that you can get, and we've done a full walk around, and it's a good range of different things. So it's like a flea market. They call it an open market. If you know the equivalent, the equivalent of it in Falmouth, Trelawney, where they have the bend down market. It's something similar. So if you are able to, then come and have a check and see.
The Jam family. Where I living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam family, the Jam family, yeah. Jam fam, the Jam fam family. Where living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam fam family, the Jam fam family, yeah. Jam fam, come hang with me.
When it comes to December time and we're going into the holiday period, or March, April time when we're on school break, or even in the summer months, July and August, when school are on holidays and children are at home to be fed, or parents are making preparation for the back to school season, we really get to see the impact and the frequency and quantity of the foreign exchanges that are being sent into this country through remittance from Jamaicans in the diaspora. And we want to thank them for their fortitude. We want to thank them for their consistency. We know that it's not that they have a lot, but it's that they're making a self-sacrifice to provide for the perceived and reported needs of their family here on the island. And so we give them thanks and show them some appreciation and some love. And we want to say thanks for staying with us here on this another episode of Life with the Jam Fam as we talk about another pertinent topic. Now let us hear your views on the matter in the comment section down below. Remember to stay respectful and polite, especially where we disagree with the opinions that other people share in the comment section. Bye for now, and we will see you in the next one.